Here's the story time about the police coming to my door. So I'm doing my hair and then I get a knock on my door. So I open up the door and there's a tear off piece of lime paper taped to my door. I look at the police officer. I said, hey, you know what's going on? What's this note about? He tells me that he was here for a noise complaint. He also says as he was walking up, the music was not loud whatsoever and that he didn't see an issue. So, I asked him, well, why didn't they just come say something? He took a deep breath and said, I don't know. I was wondering the same thing. At this big grown age, do we not have communication skills? Anywho, I wish the officer well and I began to read the note. We don't have that much time, so I'm gonna put the note here. You can pause it if you like. However you interpret it, I don't care. I thought it was childish, rude, and very immature. Now, one thing we don't do is match energy. So I typed up a very nice, very professional, slightly sarcastic note back. I printed out 4 copies and I gave one to the leasing office. And if you read the note, he mentioned above, adjacent, and below. So this told me exactly where the quote-unquote complaints came from. So I put the rest of the 3 notes on those doors. So here's the note I typed up. You can pause it if you like. Now I know some of you might be thinking what I was thinking and that he might have been lying about seeing all 3 of my neighbors complain. Turns out he was. One of my neighbors came to my door that day. She said that she could not hear my music ever and that she never even talked to anybody in the complex about my music. The next neighbor from below came over and said that she could hear my music sometimes, but it wasn't anything crazy. She also said that she had not spoken to anyone in the complex and that she did not like that people was inserting her and stuff. Now, when my second neighbor came, I did have a client at the time, which of course allowed me to introduce myself properly. And y'all tell me why she booked an appointment that week. If this wasn't God, he is always at work. Now, imagine if I handled that situation any different. What if I matched energy? What if I didn't consider that he was lying about all 3 of my neighbors saying something? I would have been out of a client. By being obedient, not matching energy, and being graceful, God immediately turned around and blessed me with a client. And not just any client, but these are high value clients, y'all. God has blessed me to service those who respect my business, trust my work, and appreciate my service and time. This has really just taught me to continue to be you. I know we are all battling our old selves, but y'all, being obedient and having grace, not only will your perspective shift, but your life is going to change because of it. I'm telling you, give it a try. Now, I know y'all may be wondering what style she got. We ended up doing some Marley twists with boho curls, and this is how they turn out.